Most people think money is money, right? Whether it's dollars, euros, or Bitcoin, it should all be the same. But that's not true. Today, we're going to break down the key differences between Bitcoin and regular money in the simplest way possible. Bitcoin is often called digital money, but it's very different from the dollars in your bank account. To really understand why Bitcoin matters, you have to see how it compares to the money we use every day. By the end of this video, you'll clearly see what sets Bitcoin apart and why it's such a big deal. Let's start with what you already know. Regular money, like dollars or euros, is called fiat currency. Governments create it, central banks control it, and it can be printed whenever needed. You use it to buy groceries, pay your rent, or send money to friends. It works because we as a society trust it, and because our governments say it has value. It's the system we've all grown up with. Now, let's talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is different. It's digital money that isn't issued by any government or bank. No one can just decide to print more of it whenever they want. Instead, it runs on a global network of computers that all follow a strict set of rules. And those rules say that only 21 million Bitcoins can ever exist. That's it. No more, no less. Here's the first key difference. Control. Regular money is centralized. A central bank, like the Federal Reserve in the U.S., decides how much money to create and what interest rates should be. They have the final say. Bitcoin, on the other hand, is decentralized. No single person, company, or government is in charge. The rules are built directly into the system, and everyone in the network agrees to follow them. This is a huge concept, so feel free to pause and re-watch this part if you need to. The second big difference is supply. Governments can print unlimited amounts of fiat money, and history has shown they often do, which leads to inflation. That's why your $100 buys you less today than it did 10 years ago. Its purchasing power goes down over time. Bitcoin, on the other hand, is capped at 21 million coins. That makes it scarce, kind of like digital gold. This scarcity is one of the main reasons people see Bitcoin as a potential hedge against inflation. If this is making sense so far, let me know in the comments below. Third difference, form. Fiat money can be physical. You can hold cash in your hand, or it can be numbers in your bank account. Bitcoin is purely digital. It only exists on the blockchain, which is like a giant public ledger that anyone can view and verify. But here's a crazy thought. Your dollars are already mostly digital too. Over 90% of money today only exists as numbers on computer servers. The crucial difference is that Bitcoin's digital system is open and independent, not controlled by private banks. Fourth difference, borders. Regular money is tied to a specific country. US dollars are primarily for the US, euros are for Europe, and so on. If you want to send money internationally, it has to go through a web of banks, fees, and delays. It can be slow and expensive. Bitcoin doesn't care about borders. You can send it across the world just as easily as you send an email without needing a bank as a middleman. That's why it's often called borderless money. And the fifth key difference, trust. With fiat money, you have to trust people, governments, bankers, and financial institutions to manage the system fairly and responsibly. With Bitcoin, you trust math and code. Transactions are verified by thousands of computers all around the world, not by a single company. This design makes it incredibly difficult for anyone to cheat or manipulate the system. It's a system based on verification, not just trust. So, how are they used differently today? Right now, most people use fiat money for everything. It's stable, it's accepted everywhere, and it's simple to use for daily purchases. Bitcoin is still very new in comparison. While some people do use it to pay for things, many treat it more like digital gold, a long-term store of value rather than daily spending cash. But over time, that might change as more and more businesses start to adopt Bitcoin. All right, let's do a quick recap. Fiat money is centralized, has an unlimited supply, is tied to governments, and is prone to inflation. Bitcoin is decentralized, has a scarce supply, is borderless, and runs on code instead of trust in institutions. Both have value, but as you can see, for very different reasons. And that's Bitcoin versus regular money. The key differences made simple. If this explanation helped clear things up for you, please drop a comment below and let me know. Don't forget to subscribe for more simple explanations on Bitcoin basics. Thanks for watching.